What will you do with $200 million? Will you travel the world, purchase luxury cars, or establish a business? For the king of clay court, Rafael Nadal, luck must be on his side as he enjoys all three. Being one of the world's richest tennis players, he gets to enjoy a good life with his luxurious cars, seaside mansions, yacht, and now the hottest restaurant in town, the Tatel. The buzz with Tatel. Being a brand himself, Rafael Nadal considered extending his brand by establishing a Spanish restaurant in popular cities. But unlike other restaurants, Nadal's Tatel, which he co-invests with world-renowned athletes and celebrities, aims to add more fun to the customer's dining experience. The Tatel chain, specializing in Spanish cuisine, started with 3 branches in 3 different locations. The first branch opened in Madrid 2015, and Miami and Ibiza were added to the list in 2017, with Los Angeles and Mexico set to follow soon. The restaurant's rapid growth is attributed to its quality and class. But do you know the people behind the high-class restaurant? The people behind Tatel. Known to represent a quintessential spirit of Spanish culture and recipes, Tatel was established by people with solid Spanish roots. Nadal co-founded the restaurant with his business partners in Mabel Capital, Manuel Guillar and Abel Prats. Tatel reflects Mabel Capital's quality and class, which attracted big names in both music and sports industry with Spanish singer-songwriter Enrique Iglesias, former Lakers center and power forward Pau Gasol, and the world's famous footballer Cristiano Ronaldo, who joined just this year. With the owners and investors' Spanish background, Tatel was made to attract diners, food enthusiasts, and people in all walks of life with its personalized Mediterranean dishes. And with the restaurant's combination of quality, class, and comfort, the classic celebrity resto attracts and caters to high rollers. Tatel is prevalent in all of its locations, especially in Madrid. So what makes it a favorite? Let the food speaks. The restaurant's personalized menu will make you crave a bite. Dining in Tatel is dining in a world-class restaurant with a classic warm and cold starters and meat, fish, pasta, and paella main course menu. On a menu geared for celebrating, boozy cocktails take center stage. Set it with a peppery herbal Spanish gin and tonic, and Iberico ham or Osetra caviar, followed by grilled Spanish turbot, veal Milanese, or the famous risotto in-house. Everything is worth a try, and don't be surprised. The kind of delicious, buttery cuisine meant to be shared, unmistakably European. The Dover sole is an excellent fish option for main courses, but there are also whole roasted Cornish hens, aged tomahawk steak, and even paella with a rare vegetarian option on the menu. Its authentic Spanish restaurant trademark is sizzled up with late-night supper club hours. Every night features a different theme, and of course with live music. Indeed, Tatel is not just more about food and Spanish cuisine, but a balance of food and fun. Thus, don't be surprised if a saxophonist walks into your table and plays sax for you, which could be a perfect date night for you too. Moreover, live music is played in 15 to 20-minute sets almost every hour 5 nights a week, so diners can still chill after dining. The newly opened Tatel in Beverly Hills also shares the same culture with other branches. Tatel Beverly Hills features various musicians, including a burlesque vocalist from the 1920s, a jazz player, and acts with multi-platinum artist Michael Bublé and the Gypsy Kings. You will never go wrong with Tatel, but there's always a catch in good things. Tatel's secret. After its first touch in the US by opening one in Beverly Hills, Tatel intends to validate the concept in Southern California before expanding to Palm Beach, Florida and Aspen, Colorado. And if you are wondering whether your favorite menu in Tatel Beverly Hills is served in Tatel Madrid, the answer is a big YES. Be cautious though when dining in any Tatel restaurant, as it is known to magnet people. Not literally though, but you will surely get hooked by the restaurant's ambiance, food, and culture. In fact, after a meal at Tatel in Spain, Manchester United's Cristiano Ronaldo became an investor. But even if Tatel is helmed and owned by various sports athletes, it won't show any hints of top-notch sports on its big screens. It won't broadcast the US Open, NBA playoffs, or FIFA. If you wonder why, we don't know yet, but indeed the company has a reason to do so. Going back with all the restaurants that Cristiano Ronaldo has dined in where he is a potential investor, it seems that only Tatel's menu has matched his palate. The man behind the menu. Luigi Fineo supervises Tatel's cuisine, so it's not just the financial side that boasts some big names. Fineo worked for 2 years at Thomas Keller's The French Laundry before heading to Keller's Bouchon Beverly Hills. The Michelin-starred chef Luigi Fineo was awarded a Michelin star in 2008 while working as the executive chef at La Botte Ristorante in Santa Monica, California. As executive chef of Riva Bella Ristorante, he had the opportunity to work alongside chef Gino Angelini. Fineo's Tatel Beverly Hills cuisine features organic and locally sourced foods, Mediterranean recipes, and high-quality Spanish seafood. A truffle omelet, rice with king prawns, roasted monkfish with a rice emulsion, and king prawns, steak tartare, and a Berco ham are just a few dishes on the Spanish menu. Like the two locations in Spain, Tatel's interior will include expansive windows and terraces, all inspired by the Roaring '20s, or Los Dorados Años 20, as they call it in Spanish. Tatel's success is not just what keeps Rafael Nadal up. Now, where does Nadal get the money to start these businesses? Nike, Tommy Hilfiger, Kia, and Babolat, a French sports equipment firm, signed endorsement deals with Nadal. He has reportedly received $27 million out of those sponsorships. In return, Nadal pays it forward by establishing a tennis academy, a foundation for children. It's safe to say that Nadal has amassed a hefty sum out of his prizes and more on the sponsorships. Even investing has also grown what he has poured on. He has continuously developed his legacy through various philanthropy works. It's not just business after all. Charity works, Nadal's key to success. Nadal established his charity in 2008 to provide impoverished children with education through sports. The Rafa Nadal Foundation is an independent and social project whose president is Nadal's mother. Ana Maria Pereira handles the Spain and India project serving less fortunate children aged 5 to 17. Various social projects were launched in partnership with entities such as the Special Olympics Spain. The center first opened its doors in 2014 on the island of Majorca. It is considered a haven where children from low-income families can receive an education through sports. Through a NEST project, the organization also gives scholarships to study in the United States or at the Rafa Nadal Academy. The charity earns its funds through partnerships and activities. In 2010, for example, Nadal and Federer played an exhibition match to generate money for Federer's charity and his causes. People can also hand in their donations through the foundation's website. For more than a decade, the foundation has kept its forefront on giving back to the community. Let's sift through. In 2018, Rafael Nadal launched the first Rafa Nadal Tennis Center in Mexico at the Grand Palladium Costa Mujeres Resort and Spa. Visitors may learn from world-class tennis professionals when they enroll in their classes and training. Residents can also use the center, which offers workshops and private classes and training programs for adults and children. The value of the arrangement between Palladium and Nadal remains unknown. Another branch opened in 2019, and the Sani Resort in Greece welcomed Rafa Nadal Tennis Center. There are 8 clay courts on this property. Like a regular guy, Rafa has a life outside his business Tatel, charity works, and tennis. The life of Rafael Nadal after Tatel. The famous tennis player also has a penchant for luxury goods. In 2018, Nadal sold his Italian-built MCY-76 luxury yacht, Beethoven, for $3 million. In 2017, he told Yachting Magazine that being on the water on board the MCY-76 allows him to unwind. Nadal has since purchased a Sunreef catamaran built in 2020 for an undisclosed amount. Nadal also has a Mercedes-Benz SL55 and an Aston Martin DBS among his possessions. For the base models, the Mercedes starts at $223,042, while the Aston Martin starts at $517,000. To put it another way, Nadal isn't scrimping on his ride. What calls for a player that's constantly traveling? For an athlete with his status, aside from staying in luxurious hotels, one house would certainly not be enough. Nadal owns a number of them, including a property in Majorca, Spain, valued at roughly around $1.5 million, and a luxury villa in the Dominican Republic valued at around $2 million. What's next for him? Nadal has been suffering from a recurrent foot issue for quite some time, and the 20-time major champion hasn't played since early August. However, things are looking well for him since he intends to return in early 2022. Surprisingly, the Spaniard stated that he would compete in an exhibition tournament in Abu Dhabi to prepare for the Australian Open next year. The tennis superstar is undeniably making waves, not just in the sports scene, but he also thrives in opening up businesses and taking a stronghold for his foundation. With all his success and fortune, what will Rafael Nadal's next venture be?